Chris Lloyd, president of CUPE New Brunswick, and you are listening to CUPE Talks in the Maritimes with Nick and Chris.
Do you have any takeaways that you're going to be taking from the courses that you've learned so far?
Yes. So I've done a lot of the single day training courses through CUPE already. And one of the most valuable things is speaking and discussing events and experiences with the other participants.
And I would love to see more members get involved with anything, whether it's start out on a small committee. We want to see,
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've learned here this week?
It's a great learning experience, and as long as I've been around and involved, I'm still learning.
I am Nicholas London, co-host of CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
I'm Chris Watson, president of the New Brunswick Federation of Labor and co-host of CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
Hi, my name is Brian Watson, former president of CUPE New Brunswick and now the producer of CUPE Talk in the Maritimes and across Canada.
Wesley Wills, Local 380 Vice President.
Hey, this is Justin Spooner, Region DVP and First Vice President of CUPE 1253.
I'm Shelby Dodge, President of Local 3226.
Karen Tier, President of the New Brunswick Council of Nursing Home Unions.
I'm Jamie Agnew, and I'm the President of CUPE Local 963, representing New Brunswick Liquor Store, Retail, and Warehouse Workers.
I'm Sherry Hillier, President of CUPE Newfoundland and Labrador, and General Vice President for the Atlantic Maritimes.
I'm Cheryl Ann Keown, and I also sit on Local 805.
Quay, hello. This is Kathy Johnson, President of CUPE 5446.
Hi, my name is Dorinda Smith. I'm from Local 813.
I'm Teresa McAllister, Provincial President of CUPE 2745 Educational Support Staff.
Bonjour, ici Alain Soucy, membre du SCFP, Syndicat canadien de la fonction publique.
Hey everyone, this is Candace Rennick, CUPE's National Secretary Treasurer, and you're listening to CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
Hey, this is Mark Hancock, CUPE National President, and you're listening to CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
Good evening, everyone. We'd like to take a moment of silence to acknowledge the tragedy at the LaGuardia Airport. Good evening, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Nick, joined alongside my brother and someone who I couldn't be happier to be here with tonight, the Vice President of CUPE Local 380 and a co-host on CUPE Talk on the Atlantic, Wesley Wills. Well, Wes, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We got a whole lot to cover. It's been a very busy week for CUPE. Of course, we've got to talk about, thank you for taking the moment at the very beginning of the show. It has certainly rocked Canada in ways that I can't even begin to explain. It's just a horrible, tragic event.
It is. It really is. And you really hate to hear about the lives it affects. So, again, our condolences to the family members.
Well, brother, let's sometimes it's so hard to segue from moments like that. Of course, right off the hop, we've got to talk about CUPE's long-term care workers holding information pickets across Nova Scotia. Big deal that happened today. As we're recording, I'm sure they're either wrapping up or they're pretty close. When you hear about having to hold pickets, try to get the information out, what do you think of that?
Well, trying to get the information out to the public and the members is very important. And having the picket sessions are a very good way to let the public know of what's going on and the concerns that we have. And it lets the individuals or the employers know that we're serious.
20 picket lines were held across Nova Scotia for CUPE long-term care workers. Here's something I bet you a lot of people don't realize, Wes. Do you know that they make a lot of them, under $20 an hour? Long-term care, they're taking care of our families, and they make under $20 an hour.
How is that even considered living wage these days? Like, really? A lot of these long-term care workers have long commutes to work. Some of them need to find public transportation or alternate transportation, and not to mention, food and fuel and insurance. It's a very expensive process, and $20 an hour just doesn't cover it.
No, and the worst thing about it too is they're not asking for a whole lot. Fair wages, you just said it best. They're not even making living wage.
Right.
Safe staffing? What's wrong with that? 100%. I want them to have safe staffing, not just because I'm a CUPE member, a damn proud one at that, but because I want to know that our families are well taken care of in those long-term care homes.
That's right. Safe staffing, that's only for the residents and the workers, especially too. They have a right to a safe, hassle-free work environment. And more these days, that's becoming a more of an issue. And it's something that the workers really, unfortunately, they don't take it. Some people don't take it seriously, but everybody's entitled to a safe work environment.
Absolutely. And then, of course, respect at the table. Respect at the table. I always thought that went without saying. We're there working. We're working for you. I get it. We have bosses. They have bosses. But we're at that table and we're working for you. The least you can do is show some respect and some dignity, and realize, hey, these people are working these long shifts. They're not easy. And I'm going to pay them less than $20 an hour. If that doesn't scream disrespect, I don't know what does.
That's a huge problem I'm finding these days in every workplace is respect. Or the lack of it, I should say. These workers, they deserve respect. They do work long hours. They sacrifice a lot of their time from their families and their personal lives in their home. And they do mean a lot to the people's lives that they look after, and they do depend on them a lot. So respect is very important in the workplace.
Yes, it is. I agree. And I think it's long overdue for the long-term care. And I just want to be the first to say that while you and I are here, we support them, we stand, and we will continue to advocate for them here on this show. And we will make as much of it as we possibly can.
Exactly. Yes. It's important to show support, not within just your own local, but right across the board, because we all have family members and friends, myself included, have a family member who's in a long-term care facility. And I am so grateful for the staff that looks after my parent. We'd literally be lost without them. They care so much. So yes.
Let's switch gears a little bit. This is it's funny. This has been driving crazy all day long, and that is that Saskatchewan's education support workers are ignored in provincial budget. Now, there are things that could be missed, and I understand, accidental, do happen. You do not accidentally miss the provincial budget and not mention the education support workers. Brother, that one just really got to me.
Yeah, how do you miss education support workers? They are one of the foundations of education. I mean, come on, like this is I'm sorry, it's a little ridiculous. They having them ignored in the provincial budget, that's inexcusable.
It's something that is really it's near and dear to me. Yes, it is that's the industry that you and I are involved in, is education. Yes. One way or another. And when I hear stuff like that, I think of what our provincial government did, screwing around with 2745 and the effects that took on not just our members, our executive councils. That was a hard piece of business. When I see this, such a blatant attack on education support workers, man, that does not sit well with me. There was no mention, not even so much as a back toward them. And I just think, these workers are providing daily support to the students. They are constantly underfunded, unrecognized, and it's time for a change.
Absolutely. A lot of these support workers, as you can vouch for, we both can. With the students, like their parents working, a lot of families have to be a 2-income, sometimes even a 3-income household, just make ends meet. And our support workers spend a great deal of the time with the children and the students, and just to be ignored in the budget, that's disrespectful. It's inexcusable myself. So
I'm going to read a line, and I do want to talk a little bit about it. Is the budget's 2.6% in school division operating funding is not enough to cover rising costs or address chronic understaffing. You want to believe that 2.6% is not going to help. You slapped them in the face. I mean, come on. Education, this is our future. These are our future leaders of this country, future leaders of that province, of this province. We don't know where they're going to go. But if you're going to underfund them and you're going to discredit them and make them feel like they're worthless, I mean, the government of Saskatchewan should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, without a doubt, yes. 2.6% increase, that's peanuts, really. That wouldn't cover gas for a month, really, especially with the price of gas these days. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. And not to mention the operating budgets for the buildings, too. I mean, 2.6%, start at maybe 10, 15, even more. You have to.
They deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And again, not to sound like a broken record, but that's why Wes and I are here tonight to discuss these sort of topics that, maybe they don't get covered on a daily with the news broadcast, but this here is CUPE Talk in the Atlantic. And if it's happening in CUPE, it's happening here. And I'm very proud, damn proud to say that too. I want to give a couple of quotes from Chandel McLeod, the CUPE Saskatchewan EWSC Vice Chair. Education support workers are critical to student success, yet we continue to be ignored by the Ministry of Education. Just darn right awful. And one more, and we're going to talk about this. Students succeed when they are properly supported. You strengthen education by investing in the people who support students every single day. Wes, I am not seeing any support from the government when it comes to these children or the people who are them and preparing them for the future.
That's right. Unfortunately, it's not an isolated incident. It's all over the country. Um, it's terrible because children these days, they need as much support as they can get, especially when you have, say, for example, education support workers. A lot of these students need extra help. They need extra time, dedication, caring, compassion, and understanding. And when you don't properly support them, staff suffers and the children suffer most of all. So
absolutely,
by investing in education, it's just time that the government realizes that if they start investing in education instead of cutting education, things will work out a whole lot better in the long run. Our children will be better educated, healthier, and happier.
Well, I know for meaningful investment, better staffing levels, and funding that strengthens schools' infrastructure so students can get the support that they need. And that came from CUPE.ca. So what I want to do is explain to everyone that basically what Wes and I are doing, if you haven't figured it out, is we're breaking down the headlines I do every other week. We know that every week, I don't know how you say that. Week 1 and 3, it's Chris and I doing interviews and having full-length discussions, as well as Matthew McDonald, our Nova Scotia host. And weeks 2 and 4, Wes and I are here breaking down news headlines and discussing all things CUPE. So, Wes, I just want to say thank you, number one, that you would take the time to do this and be a bigger part of this show.
Absolutely, brother. It's my pleasure. Like, we work together every day, and I apologize if I seem a little awkward. I'm not used to doing these shows, so hopefully with a little bit more practice, I'll get a little bit better. But it's absolutely my pleasure to do this.
You're off to a great start, my brother, and I'm serious. Why don't we take a quick break? And Wes, when we come back, we're going to talk about the municipal elections CUPE info meeting that just finished up about a half an hour ago. And we'll just kind of touch base on that. Does that sound good?
Perfect. Let's do it.
Attention vehicle owners, tired of juggling tire issues and car maintenance? Meet Discount Tire and Automotive, your one-stop solution for comprehensive tire and automotive services. From top brand tire sales to expert installations and repairs, we've got your wheels covered. Our experienced technicians handle oil changes, brake repairs, and alignments, ensuring your car is road ready. Desire a smoother, safer drive? Discover competitive pricing paired with exceptional customer service. Don't wait. Schedule your appointment with Discount Tire and Automotive today. Drive with confidence, knowing your vehicle's in expert hands. Come in and see the team, and remember, Discount Tire and Automotive is an official sponsor of CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
Charred Oak Designs creates custom, personalized gift products. With 2 lasers, a CNC, and all the woodworking tools needed to create your perfect gift. From board games, cutting boards for wedding gifts, and everything in between. Got an idea? Give me a shout at info@charredoak.ca. Find me on Facebook under Charred Oak Designs.
All right. And we are back here on CUPE Talk in the Atlantic. I am Nick, joined alongside brother Wes Wills. Wes, welcome back.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
We found time. I don't know how we do it. Okay, I'm lying. I don't know how you do it because you have been so busy. However, inside here, inside baseball, you, me, and Chris were just on the call for the municipal elections, the CUPE info meeting here for CUPE New Brunswick. All in all, what you think?
I think it was a very good information session put on by Sandy and Sharon. It's a good way for us to find out and even get involved in our municipal elections, which are coming up in May. So it little things just as important, you know, any like say, for example, District Education Council, that's coming up for elections as well. Anybody in another field who would like to maybe get involved in that, that's a good way to get informed. So it's important to keep up on current events, especially when it comes to your election, because these are people that you are electing to speak for you, and you want the best representation you can get.
I'll say this. One thing to remember, anyone that followed CUPE Talk in the Atlantic over the, I'll say over the summer months, and of course, I believe it was September, October, and November, maybe even a little bit of December. And that was the 830, CUPE 830 over in Prince Edward Island, what they went through with Mayor Philip Brown, who is, well, sorry, he's the mayor over there, and he was just a complete and total unprofessional person. You know, yes, I'm glad they got everything situated and everything. They're back to work, and that's the main thing here, is to get these members back to work and get them what they deserve. And ultimately, they did just that. And you know, that was 104 days, I believe, 107 maybe, in that area. So, you know, that's why it's so important to figure out who you're going to vote for. You know, ask questions, make sure they're labor friendly, make sure that who you're putting in to represent us is the right person for the job. You know, that's our role as citizens here in New Brunswick this coming May.
Absolutely, and every vote counts, because you know, as we did recently in the last couple of years, we had let's just say a party that was in that weren't exactly easy to deal with, but things seem to be a little bit better now. But it's always important, especially in your municipal elections, always stay informed and stay educated and get involved if you can. It's the best way to, yeah.
It's super important. Make no mistake about it. You know, I do want to give a shout out to a man who sings one half of the two brothers at the beginning that sing the opener, Casey Hingley, who is actually going to be running. I don't want to elaborate too much. It's not my place. And I'm definitely going to reach out to Casey about perhaps coming here on this show to discuss it. But in the meantime, I do want to say solidarity. We will stand behind you. We are proud of you, and we're excited for your future and to see where this takes you. So that's where I'll leave that right there.
Yep. No, that's good. Good luck, Casey.
Yeah. And thank you, Sharon Tier, Vice President for CUPE New Brunswick, and our Regional Director, of course, Sandy Harding, for organizing this. As we know that sister and current CUPE New Brunswick President, Iris Lloyd, was on her way to Winnipeg. So safe travels to Iris as well.
Safe travels, sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So I do want to talk about something that I know is near and dear to both you and I, and very near and dear to brother Chris. And that is the CUPE New Brunswick Young Workers Conference coming up on April 14th and 15th. Wondering how you're feeling about this. You know, I know we both wish we were younger and we could be a part of this, but how should the young workers take advantage of this?
Well, take full advantage of it. especially if you're a young worker and you're involved, especially with CUPE. Take time, get involved in these conferences, and attend as much education as you can. Because the more education you can get when you're younger, I mean, the better prepared you will be. I'm sure Brother Chris, when he was younger, participated in conferences like these. I mean, we were a little older when we come into it, but no, please take full advantage of it. If you're a young worker, it would be extremely beneficial to you in the long run.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Of course, that's April 14th and 15th. And that's going to go right into the CUPE New Brunswick Convention, which Wes and I will talk about in just a short bit. Wes, the next big headline that had a lot of people talking is this local 3651, a protest in Markham. Allow me to give you a quick rundown here on workers protested after Oak Valley Health announced 65 job cuts, mostly clerical, and despite the hospital running at over 120% capacity and facing extreme wait times. Did I miss something there? Why are there job cuts there?
Money. They're trying to save money, plain and simple. And 65 clerical job cuts, man, you can't. Especially, I always say there are two things you should never really cut: education and most definitely healthcare.
Agreed.
And that always seems to be the case. 65 job cuts. That's unacceptable. The only people who are going to suffer are your workers and the people that go to these services, who need these services.
Yep. These cuts come during severe overcrowding. And as we said, about the hospital has been operating at 120% capacity, but it isn't just for the last couple of weeks. This has actually been for months. So if you're running at 120% capacity, I got news for you. We ain't cutting, we're hiring. Now, there comes a point when you need to make a choice. You know, we need to get this situation under control. And getting it under control means hiring more people. The talent that these people have in that industry to come in there and help clean it up and fix it and get it back under control. And instead, our government turns around and says, we're going to cut some services. That doesn't work for me.
No, always cut it. For them, it's a lot of the times, I shouldn't say for them, but a lot of the times the solution well, we'll cut these positions. That's okay. These people can take on the extra workload. That's not the case. That's how people burn out. That's how people get overworked, understaffed, and underpaid. And that's a leading cause of burnout. We've seen it. It's all too common these days. And unfortunately, it needs to stop, plain and simple.
I just want to look at some of these things that have come up. Hospitals across the province, Ottawa, Toronto, North Bay, Hamilton, they're all facing job cuts, all them. And, Ontario is implementing a 10% hospital budget cut for over 3 years. Now, I want to say that again. Ontario is implementing a 10% hospital budget cut over the next 3 years. Now, that is not good. That is very bad. And I'm going to explain after I give Brother Wes a chance to elaborate on this, why it is so dangerous.
Well, 10% budget cut over 3 years. That's millions and millions of dollars, especially when it comes to healthcare, our hospitals. Myself, lately, I've spent a lot of time in the hospitals, and I see the effects that the healthcare cuts have had. It's not good. And 10% may not seem like a big amount, but factor that in when you have hundreds of millions of dollars or millions and millions of dollars for a budget. 10%, that's millions of dollars. That's jobs. That's parts of the building that are closed down that could be used. I mean, this is 10% doesn't seem like much, but it really is a lot, brother.
It is. And let me explain this to people why clerical staff are so essential. What, patient flow, coordinating care. And then to me, this is one of the most important, managing patient information. Now, I think I can speak for Wes when I say this. I don't need our information ending up in the wrong hands or being forgotten or me taking a pill that they've given me that I'm actually allergic to. No. So when I think of all those things, these hospitals are supposed to be running smoothly, but we can't do that when the government is consistently cutting healthcare like it's normal. And maybe it is nowadays, it is normal, but it's become pathetic because there are so many other things out there that you could be looking into, and you're the most essential service, the backbone of this great country, and you're cutting it like it's no big deal whatsoever. Now, something I want to talk about is a message that was given out.
Yeah, they don't get it, Nick. They really don't.
Right. They don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. You cut it.
It's okay. No, it's okay. All right. What we're going to do, we got to take a quick break. We need to talk about the PSAC event happening at the end of the beginning of May. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about wild. And I know that Brother Wes is thinking, what in the heck is wild? Well, I'm going to explain all that and more when we come back after this break.
At Higgins Insurance, we understand that protecting what matters most, your family, your home, your livelihood, is not just a policy, it's a promise. As a trusted provider serving Atlantic Canadians for over 25 years, we're proud to offer personalized coverage tailored to your unique needs, whether it's auto, home, or life insurance. Our team is committed to transparency, reliability, and exceptional service, ensuring peace of mind through every stage of life. Let Higgins Insurance be your partner in protection. Because when it comes to your future, you deserve nothing less than confidence. The official insurance of CUPE Talk. Looking for more than just a haircut? Step into Carrick's Barbering and Artwork, where style meets creativity and community pride. Mike Carrick isn't just your friendly neighborhood barber. He's also a talented artist who brings portraits to life, offering both fresh cuts and one-of-a-kind drawings for his customers. With walk-ins always welcome, fair prices, and a warm smile that greets everyone at the door, Mike takes great pride in his profession and goes the extra mile to make sure you leave happy. Carrick's Barbering and Artwork is proud to support our community and proud to support you. Stop by today and experience the perfect blend of craftsmanship and care. Located at 27 Waterloo Street, St. John, NB, Carrick's Barbering and Artwork is an official sponsor of CUPE Talk in the Maritimes.
Okay, we are back here. Brother Wes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Coming up May the 2nd, 2026 at the Lily Lake Pavilion. Wes, why don't you give us a rundown?
Okay. May 2nd, 2026 at 2 p.m. at the Lily Lake Pavilion. We're having the May Day High Tea. That's put on by the PSAC Regional Women's Committee. We're looking forward to enjoying an afternoon of tea or coffee, delicious sweets, and savory finger foods in great company. Everyone is welcome. Tickets are $15 per person or $100 per table of 8. Proceeds will be donated to Hestie House, which is a fantastic cause. Guest speaker will be Sharon DeSosa, National PSAC. The theme will be Women's Place in Her Union. If you want to reserve tickets, please email rwcsjevnts@gmail.com. Everything is on the screen. Thank you very much, everyone, and hope to see you there. Nick, are you going?
I will be there. Are you gonna? I hope. Hopefully, you and I will both be there. It's going to be a great event. I'm really excited about it. And again, I do want to say thank you because it was Tasha Celeste that brought this to our attention, as well came to our St. John and District Labor Council meeting to actually plug this event, and it got an overwhelming success. Everyone was excited. I'm excited. I can't go.
Yes, thank you, Tasha. I haven't been to one, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It really will. Now, I will bit about Wild. Now, you've probably seen the QR code up there in the corner this whole time. Wes, you're not going to find it no matter where you look. I promise you that. I just see it, and I thought this was really good. So what I would like to do is I'm going to read the opener, but I would recommend that you scan this code, guys, and take a peek at it. And I think I can make it bigger for you. There you go. Take a look. Let me read it. So we have been hearing the buzz around Wild, and there are just a couple of days left to apply. Wild is a dynamic union education program designed specifically for Indigenous, Black, and racialized women and non-binary members who are ready to grow their leadership and make an impact in their union and communities. We have received questions and wanted to provide more information through a Q&A. So I would recommend that you scan this and take a look. It's actually it's a good read about Wild, as am I as we speak. All these things, it's so great to be able to see them, read them, and understand the things that go on, because CUPE does so much stuff, Wes.
Oh, I'm just looking at it here right now. Any members who would like to apply, please scan the QR code. The information is here. You can go to CUPE.ca /readyforwild. Again, scan the QR code. It's a great bunch of information. A deadline to apply is March 27th, 2020. So you still get a couple days left.
Absolutely. Now, on to something that is coming up here very, very soon. It is that time of year again, Wes. It is CUPE convention season, and you and I are both well aware to what this means and how busy it can get. I'm going to break this down like this, brother. On April the 22nd to the 24th will be CUPE Newfoundland's 52nd annual convention, held at the Delta Hotel in St. John's. And of course, let's not forget, May 7th and 8th, CUPE PEI will hold their annual provincial convention, followed by May the 24th to the 27th, which will be the 62nd annual convention for Nova Scotia. And of course, Wes, ours is coming up from the 15th to the 18th. I'm really excited, brother. When you see all these conventions, what do you think?
Myself, I love going to these conventions. It's a great way to re-educate myself, and as in our locals as executives, education is always very important. And I think you and I have been doing a fantastic, taking much education as possible, but they're good. It's a great way, like I said again, stay informed, and it's also good. It keeps us up to date on what's going on within our locals and other locals. That way, communication is stronger. Therefore, that makes. I also just wanted to say too,
Wes, I
if
agree more with
anybody
you.
out there. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's because there's a little delay, I think. Please finish.
Yeah, it's. I just wanted to say it's a great way. You are involved in your locals, and you get a chance to go to these conventions, whether it be here in CUPE, New Brunswick, or your own, whether it be 1253 or 2745. If you have the chance to go. It's a great opportunity to keep yourself educated. And
you know it is, brother. Listen, Wes, I appreciate you. This has been an awesome first episode with you. I'm looking forward to to doing this every 2 weeks with you. I hope you enjoyed your first night.
I did. Thank you very much. It was nice just to sit in a nice quiet house instead of a chaotic work day, as you well know. So thank you for having me. Forward to again in a couple weeks.
Well, I will ask that you wrap this up, being your first episode. Please do.
Okay, I don't know what to say, but for CUPE Talk in the Atlantic, this is Wes Wills, Nicholas London, signing off. We bid you adieu.